and it's just undulating hairpins, twisty roads, and it just goes on and on and on for
a bit like
the whole
yourself
day.
now.
Yeah. Wow. Well, Carl, you've chosen a great day for a bike ride.
I know.
Yeah, the first time we go out and it's with rain.
Yeah. Welcome to the lakes where it rains 360 days of the year.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of Ireland. You know, if they say if you want the weather to change, wait 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it all changes. Beautiful old pump that. Reminds me when I was a child. You want some?
Okay, Charlie, your favourite road?
Favourite road? Well, tarmac or dirt? Tarmac.
It's his favourite road.
Okay, favourite road. Well, I do this motorcycle tour in Australia every year, and we go from Melbourne to Sydney via Tasmania, and Tasmania is the most incredible little island just at the bottom of Australia, and the most incredible tarmac roads there. And there's a road from Hobart, which is the capital of Tasmania, to Strahan, which is directly west, and it's about 280 kilometres long, and it goes on mountains and through forests and through open land, and there is not a single straight bit for about 220 kilometres, and it's just undulating hairpins, twisty roads, and it just goes on and on and on for
a bit like
whole
yourself
day.
now.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's the last time.
That's the last time you did an event.
Wow. Oh, yeah, it's lovely. I love the little
I'm
rally.
using the right
rally
wheels. I've just put them on there. Yeah.
Cool. Great. Good nick. It looks like it's a runner, is it?
It'll run, aye. Yeah, will be.
It's great old Greaves there. I look at the helmets just rammed in there, just in case he has to put it on for the police. You know, he runs with it in the frame. They've changed this panel, haven't they? Because my friend, he must have one of the earlier ones, and this panel was held on by a cable tie.
Yeah, past lunchtime, tea time. Alright, no worries.
I'm just getting my watch in because it's a sponsor.
Now let's go for the.
Oh,
There we go.
is that the time? Oh my God! Look, we must get going. Yeah, I mean it's always nice riding in the rain. You know, you always feel so safe and unvulnerable in the rain, and you know, especially in the countryside with, you know, horse shit and cow shit and all that kind of stuff. And you know, it's nice coming around the corner and there's gravel all over the road, and yeah, so it's nice. Oh, Oh, my knee. Really? I fucking hit my knee when I was trying to get my leg over. I was trying to be all cool. So that's so good. Wow,
Road was a bit twisty.
lovely.
Good, isn't it?
I love all the water just pouring
Yeah,
over it,
yeah.
and
Adds to it, doesn't it?
you're just sort of thinking, where's my grip?
I know. I was thinking, I was like in between first and second gear. I didn't want sure where to be. First is a bit low, second's a bit high.
Yeah, especially on the really steep corners, you have to bring it down to
yeah.
first, because if you think second, I'm just going to stall
I
it.
was on the clutch a little bit in second. It
Yeah.
just, I wasn't sure. I got it in sport mode, not wet mode, so I wasn't right sure
Yeah.
where the grip was, to be fair.
But it,
But oh, it's good. Beautiful
funny.
place.
never understand why people always built churches in the most kind of desolate places.
Middle of nowhere, really.
So this is Carl. I'm going to do your quick fire questions. So the first question is greatest achievement. Okay, that's enough.
How funny that was. He went into it too fast and it got deeper and deeper. By that time you thought, I need to slow down, but by that time we're too f***ing late. There's a tidal wave coming over it. I was f***ing crying laughing.
Oh man, I couldn't do it. I was so glad. Anyway, shower and then Michelin-star restaurant. Yeah. So, Carl, how did you sleep in Askham House, this 800-year-old house?
I've slept all right, thank you for asking.
Good, good.
yeah.
I just thought you kept sort of throwing your arm over me all the time, looking for cuddles, and I didn't,
No,
when we're finally sleeping, I just need that space.
that was just wishful thinking, mate.
Oh, okay. But apparently the Queen came here with the Duke of Edinburgh, and they would come here because of, he was big into that horse and cart obstacle stuff, whatever was it called? I can't remember what they called that. But
Horse and cart stuff.
anyway, he was here, and they used to come and stay here. Dinner last night was quite delicious.
Dinner was
wasn't it?
average, wasn't it? Yeah, it was very average.
It seemed to go on and on,
No, I'm
didn't
joking.
it, as well?
It was amazing. It was one of the best meals I've ever had, to be fair.
Yeah.
Mind you, he's a Michelin star chef, so you could expect the best, I guess.
I'm always amazed when you meet a Michelin star chef because they never seem to be you never seem to be what you expect. You expect to have a big, long, pointy white hat, don't you? Like in the movies, and he was kind of very unassuming, but the effort it must take to become a
yeah, he's a very
chef
down
of that
to earth
quality.
guy, really. Like you said, he's not the normal shouting and screaming and face on the floor kind of chef you'd expect, but no, he's dead sound, and the food was amazing. The lobster dish was exquisite.
Yeah, the lobster and that salad. That
Salad
came
was
second.
really refreshed.
It was all from the.
Not
from
really a
the-
salad person, but this is really, really special salad, this one.
And it all came from the garden here as well.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it was
it's-
quite nice because yesterday, a lot of riding up around the Lake District, beautiful, and then to end up here and sort of step up wet. I mean, I've never seen hands like yours then. I mean, you said you suffer from the cold.
Yeah, my circulation isn't great. As you saw yesterday, I had 3 white fingers on each hand.
I mean, honestly, I thought those fingers were about ready to be cut off.
Yeah, they were dead.
Do they?
Go
Do
back
they?
to life now.
Do they take time to go back? Do you need to
Yeah,
put them in
but-
hot water and stuff?
No, just be in a warm room just for an hour or so, and they're back to living again.
Oh God, they've gone all white.
Yeah.
Is that
Always have-
cold?
Yeah.
But
Always have bad
mine have just gone
circulation,
purple.
mate.
Have you seen these gloves? Look at that.
F***ing dead.
Freezing cold hands, dead hands.
Dead fingers.
Jesus.
Okay, Charlie, I've got some quick fire questions here for you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the worst bit of Long Way Round.
The worst bit of Long Way Round. Well, the worst bit of Long Way Round was probably the worst and the best bit, really, because usually
Well,
the
I've
worst
got the
bits-
best bit as my second
I
part
see.
of the question. So the worst bit and the best bit.
Well, the worst bit probably was, I think it all came to a crunch in Mongolia, where I think we completely underestimated the size of the country and the lack of anything in the country. And there's only 250 miles of tarmac road in the whole country, and it's almost as big, it's bigger than Europe. And we spent 18 days camping across it, and it was brutal. But at the same time, that was the most memorable
The
bit.
best bit as well. Bike you wish you still owned.
I think the people talk about regrets, and I don't have any regrets about my life, but I do regret selling the XR 600R, the Honda. That I thought that was just the most brutal, funnest bike. That bike, if
That
I walked up
kickstart?
to it, kickstart, yeah. If I walked up to it and it saw me coming, never start.
No, yeah, they
if
never
I
did.
snuck up behind it and jumped on and started it, started every time.
Riding alone or with mates.
Riding with mates.
Music while riding or silence.
I quite like a bit of music.
Yeah, what, like Rick Astley or something?
Yeah, Rick, a bit of Rick, a bit of Spotify does that thing. If you find a song that you really like, it'll make a playlist of that song.
Right.
So in the mornings, I'll find a song that I like and make a playlist out of it, and
Yeah, so I
just see what's coming.
never would listen to music while riding, so I'd be
I tell you, on
concentrating.
long journeys, if I'm on a really long journey and I've got 300 or 400 kilometers to do that day, and I know it's just tarmac and stuff, I'll listen to a storybook as well. Listen to a book, and that kind of sets the time slip by.
Excellent. Greatest achievement.
I think great achievement was giving birth to my 2 girls. I think not that that's an achievement, is it? Really?
It wasn't for you, it was for your
No,
wife.
for my wife. I think when I did the Dakar Rally and made a race to Dakar, I'd always wanted to be in a race that meant something, a race number that meant something. So I think that was.
Good. Red or brown sauce?
I'm scared to make the questions any longer because he's going to give me a fucking hard time.
It's
So
quick
red
fire.
sauce or brown
The-
sauce?
The
Okay.
clue in the name of the question is quick fire.
So
Red or brown sauce?
mustard.
Okay, that's yellow. Best meal you can cook?
I love a Sunday roast. I love cooking a Sunday roast for friends.
Good answer, definitely. You can own one Ducati of any ever built. What are you choosing?
I used to own an 888, and I missed that.
So the 888.
Yeah.
Good bike, good choice. And there are your quick fire questions, Charles.
Oh, thank you very much. You better not talk as long as I did with my ones. So the first question is greatest achievement.
Oh God, there's two spring to mind really. Obviously, the obvious one is getting married and the kids and that. But obviously,
Okay, that's out of the way. Get the real one now.
Yeah, talking about my profession that I chose, and it would be winning my first World Superbike title in '94 in Australia, along with winning the senior TT in 1990.
Yeah. Oh, so you see both of them as being quite, because they're both
Yeah.
totally different disciplines, aren't
different
they?
things altogether. I mean, I was one guy that could do both. That's what I was last of a dying breed. Now I was the last person that could do both. Win on the short circuits at World Championships and win on roads. It's not been anybody since me. But having been brought up with the TT and all my childhood memories of the TT, when my dad racing, that I always wanted to win the TT right from a very young age. So to tick that box off and then go on to the success on the short circuits and the World Championships. But the greatest one for me would be the Phillip Island, the emotional scenes after having,
And is that emotions just because of the relief?
Relief, yeah. It was just massive relief because I should have won it the year before in '93. We're battling with Scott Russell, and then in '94 it went down to the last round again at the other side of the world in Australia, and to come out on top, it was just sheer relief and just
for the audience, who were you battling against? Who was your
Scott
nemesis?
Russell, American.
Scott Russell.
Yeah. A pretty good rider. So that would be mine. Yeah.
But just quickly for the TT, but the enormity of which one was it? Your first race, was it the seniors? Was it the 600? Was it
the first one I won?
Yeah.
The 750 production race. That was a race I learned how to win a race at the TT, and I also won the race that I was learning how to win from the two fastest guys then at the TT, Steve Islop and Dave Leach, on that particular class of bike. Yeah. We only I'd set off with Dave Leach. It was the last year we set off together, 7 and 8. Steve Islop was 10 seconds in front. And on the last lap, we'd all pitted at different times. I can remember being on the last lap and Steve coming past really early on. And I'm chasing these two guys and I'm kind of going with them and letting go of the brakes. And at the places, I was using not all the road, like the top of Bagara, down through the milestones, sort of on towards Baloff, and I'd catch them on the brakes a little bit over Baloff Bridge, and it tucked in behind them again, and they're trying to get away a little bit through Glen Tramon and on way round to Milltown, and I'd catch again up on the brakes into Parliament Square on the really slow, tight, twisty corners. And I kind of took a deep breath then and thought, right, I'm on the mountain now. And I passed Steve straight away. I've been chasing him throughout that lap with Dave Leach alongside us both. And I remember waving to Steve, coming out of the gooseneck saying, "F*** off," like that. And I thought, I wonder if he knows what I meant. And he did actually, because I said, I know what you meant, because I've got to pull 10 seconds on you to win the race. I've not pulled one round to the gooseneck and over the mountain. I was very strong over the mountain. So it was just between me and Dave then to battle it out for the win. And I passed him straight away and got my head down over the mountain. It was absolutely flying, pinpoint accurate everywhere. And then on the run down to Hilbury, he came alongside me and I just let go of the brakes, flying around Hilbury. Cronkivody, signpost, Governors 3. I was on the brakes. I almost locked the front wheel up and just threw it into the Governors. And I came out onto Glencutchery Road and I was like weaving a bit, thought he was right behind me, still was going to slipstream past me. And I pulled 1.8 seconds in the last 3 or 4 corners. I'd gone that quick, to try and make sure I won that first race and crossed the line and won. But it's because of what them two learnt me and how aggressive and how much road you've got to use and stuff to win the TT. And then I put it into practice for the year after, and I came back and did the double, won both big races in the senior.
And I was going to say, and that felt like the floodgates were open.
Yeah,
it felt like you could.
It felt like
you could win.
Yeah, when I come back the year after, I just knew I was going to win, and I was so confident and cocky and mouthy, and not like me, obviously, but
Not
yeah.
much has changed,
No,
really.
and
But
did the double, and then that was it. Really, I was kind of saying goodbye then. Really, I wasn't really meant to go back. I wasn't planning on going back, but I did another a year or two, which obviously turned out okay in '92 with the outright record and stuff. And
yeah. But it's interesting, isn't it? Because I mean, even if you look back in the history of the TT, there isn't that many people who were successful at both.
No.
Anyway, I mean, you could count them on one hand of people who could do it.
Yeah, and great names as well, like Hill, Agostini,
yeah.
people like that. So, yeah.
And I mean, huge names, yeah. But okay, so that was a quick answer question, just so everybody knows. What about a favourite ride to do now? I mean, if you were just going to go out and just ride with a few mates.
A favourite ride I did was when we did New Zealand with my wife. We did both islands in New Zealand, and that was some amazing roads there. That was really, really, really special. Definitely, almost a bit like England, how England probably was 40 years ago, with the roads quieter and the scenery not as spectacular. But
but
that was amazing.
Do you notice in New Zealand the flora and fauna and the trees and the vegetation was so different to what you're normally sort of used to, and a cool place. Okay, one bike you wish you'd never sold or wish you still owned?
Probably my first race bike, a TZ250 from '84. It'd be nice if they've kept that one, the first race bike. I've got my first ever bike, a little homemade monkey bike Honda engine thing, which I've got back in my possession. So the first race bike, the TZ250, that would have been nice to have. Yeah.
I've still got my DT100, the first bike I ever bought.
Yeah, I've still got my first little bike as I got for my 9th birthday.
I got it back from Ireland just recently, and where it's been all of a sudden my father has moved in with me, and I bought the bike back and put some fresh petrol in it and kicked it twice after 6 years of not running, and it started.
Yeah, that's good.
Anyway, there we go. Okay, ride alone or with mates? I know, guessing this answer.
Yeah, with mates. Yeah, definitely. I like to kind of stop and have a bit of a chat and pull in, have a coffee or a fish and chips or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
And on the fish and chips thing, would it be brown or red sauce, or yellow?
On fish and chips, neither, to be honest. No, there's plenty of salt and vinegar and a bit of curry sauce on the side.
Oh, curry sauce. Yeah, good choice. If you were in Skid Row and you're going to have your last meal, what would it be?
Skid Row.
Last night.
My last meal would be a Sunday roast, a good old British Sunday roast. Yeah, Yorkshire puddings, everything on. Yeah, definitely.
What's the best meal you can cook?
I don't do cooking. I'm not a cook, so it'd probably be the steaks on the barbecue. I do my steaks to perfection, with some new potatoes and a bit of salad. That's about it, really. That's my effort.
It's not bad. Yeah. And if you could own one Ducati, which would it be? I'm guessing you've got quite a lot of Ducatis in your garage.
I haven't. No.
What?
No, none.
Why? What? What about getting the new DesertX? You look quite handy on that too.
Yeah, I quite like DesertX. It's good fun. It really is. I do need to make a phone call to Ducati and collect one of them. Get one of the special price, free, hopefully.
I'll come with you.
It
pick
would
it
be the 916
Yeah.
from '94 when it first came out. Yeah, that would be the one to have. They're definitely probably the most iconic motorcycle ever built. Really, I think.
I had the Ewan gave me very kindly gave me his 748 S, and who George Lucas gave it to him, and that bike as a track day on short circuits, like Brands Hatch or anywhere where there wasn't lots of straight was just.
I'm actually made as a Scotsman actually give something away for free. You didn't want money for it.
Well, he was given to him, so I suppose
Still,
they're not as stingy as you think. I suppose the Scots really. Carl, I've come to the end of my quickfire questions, but my last question to you is, what's next?
What's next? I just want to stay healthy and enjoy life, really, and just that's for me the main goal now. With enjoy the time with the grandkids and stuff, really.
And it sounds like, because you mentioned your grandkids quite a lot, so it sounds like you're enjoying that part of your life.
It's nice to have 2 boys for the first time, rather than have all girls like it's always been. So, yeah, looking forward to spending time with them, getting them on 2 wheels, bringing them up properly, as you do. And, just staying fit and healthy and getting out with mountain bikes and adventure bikes and doing a bit of fishing, that kind of thing, yeah. That's what's next for me, hopefully.
And staying in really nice places like this.
Staying in nice places like this, Charlie. And
it's quite nice, isn't it, after the rough and tumble and the difficulty of life. And I remember, all the first TV shows I've done, and the endless camping and the endless eating weird food and just eating shit. This is quite nice every so often. It's quite nice to do a whole thing, isn't it? You do a 3 or 4 day ride with some mates, stay in little places, and then that last place you stay, just to have that slightly nicer place to stay for the last of it, and have a decent meal, share your experiences that you've had with your friends, and get shit-faced and then go home.
Exactly, that's what life's all about. Absolutely.
Very nice.